Welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for stopping by once again as we sample some more great tasting American craft beers with Dr. Dave. Outstanding indeed. Now for our sampling pleasures and tasting delights today. We have a beer that I bought at Aldi in a 24 pack. It was called the 24 Days of Christmas. And let me see what the particulars are here. This is the State of Brewing, and this is out of Waunakee, Wisconsin. Now, this is described as a cherry Kolsch. Checks in at 4.4% alcohol by volume. The date stamp is way off in 2023. It's not a problem. I do have glassware for a Kolsch, but I don't have any wash. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to use some other type of glassware. And I'm not sure how to pronounce the style of glassware. It's Stange. Stange glassware. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But it's a very thin-walled glass, and it's straight up. It has no curvature to it all. Yeah, I've got some from different breweries around the world, but I don't have one that doesn't have a logo on it now. I did expect some redness out of this beer, but wow. Yeah, I'm not sure how to describe that color. It's a light red. I was never good with my colors, especially when I was in school. The teacher would say to get out a certain color. I'm like, what color is that? Um, It reminds me of pink champagne. That's what it reminds me of. And it's got a pinkish tone on the foam. Yeah, but it reminds me of pink champagne, a little darker than pink champagne. Uh, got some carbonation flowing up from the bottom here. Now, this State of Brewing, I'm assuming that they are contract brewers for some other brews. I don't know anything about the State of Brewing in Waunakee, Wisconsin, but this 24 pack of beer from Aldi's, I've had several of them thus far. They've all been very good. They've been representative of the style. They're not horrible. And the price was right. I believe it was, I want to say it was $39 for 24 beers, which that's not very much money at all. Now I'm picking up some cherry notes in here, not much else. So let's go ahead and drink the beer. Many thanks to the brewers there at the State of Brewing in Waunakee, Wisconsin, for all the hard work they put into brewing this batch of beer, bringing it to market. And many thanks to you at home for watching. Cheers. I tell you what, I don't know about this beer. I would prefer it had some sweet cherries in here, but unfortunately, these are rather tart cherries in here. It's a very light bodied beer, very light carbonation. The head is all but dissipating on this beer. It's all gone away. We could probably bring it back with our stir stick, but I'm not so inclined to do that. This beer, as it is presented to me, would go well with food. As a standalone beer, it's not my cup of tea. Now, I don't get on here and I don't bash beers and I don't bash breweries. That's not my place because brewing beer, I don't care what kind of beer it is, it takes hard work and dedication. It is a labor intensive process. Even these big breweries that are computerized, it requires attention to detail. So I'm not going to get on here and say, I just don't like that, so on and so forth. What I will say is it's not my cup of tea. It's not to my liking. But as far as the beer goes, it's a well-crafted beer. It's a light-bodied beer with light carbonation, and it does have some tartness from the cherries in here. Very mild aromas in here. Some malts in here. Nice malt backbone in here, but it very quickly turns to the tartness of the cherries. This would be a really good beer to have with summertime salads and soups. That's what I would recommend. But barring that, Some type of light fare would go well with this beer. Certainly wouldn't put it with steak and potatoes because this beer would get lost with all that flavor. But something light-hearted. So yeah, light-hearted food. This would go well with. Very good indeed. I like the color though. I like the color. Let's switch the contents around in here, although I don't think it's going to change anything. Go ahead and put that over there. Nothing wrong with the beer at all. There's nothing wrong with this beer. It's just not to my liking, but you may like it. That's what makes the world go round. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different opinion about everything. We all have different tastes, and just because it's not to my liking doesn't mean it wouldn't be to your liking. Again, I got this at Aldi. It was part of a Christmas pack. They have it over there in the beer section right on the top shelf. You can't miss it. Very big box. I don't know if there's any left. I got this probably about 2 weeks ago. But this is the cherry Kolsch, and it is what it is, man. It's a tart beer. It reminds me a little bit of the Mad Elf minus the alcohol. The Mad Elf, oh my gosh, that's that thing. That's got some tartness from the cherries in it, but it's about 11. I think it's like 11.2 or 11.3% alcohol. This is only 4.4, so it's not going to knock your socks off. Hey, life is short. Be happy and try new things like this beer. Who knows? You may like this beer and say, what the hell was Dr. Dave talking about? This is a great beer. That's what it is. If we were all the same, it'd be a very boring world, wouldn't it? We'd either be all really smart people or really stupid people with nobody in between. On that note, until we meet next time, here's wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes. And as always, cheers.